Okay, welcome back to the Market with Mario show. Today we have Richard Price with PT Xtreme, and he's going to talk to us about some branding products, some signage, and different things to brand your business. So thank you for coming on the show today, Richard.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just recently got some more T-shirts from Richard and some screen cleaners. Really, really happy with not only the product but the customer service that you guys provide. But kind of tell me, we as you know typically work with home service contractors, construction companies. So your roofers, your plumbers, construction guys. What are some of the different services that you guys offer to brand some of those guys?
So we do a lot for those guys. They're actually kind of my ideal clients. So a lot we can do for them. The vehicle wraps are big. If you're going to be in the neighborhood, a white truck's doing nothing for you. Doesn't have to be a full wrap, but just some lettering, something on there, so the neighbors know, and they'll come by and ask. So the vehicle wraps, and then of course we do stuff for your actual employees that are going to be out there working on the site. So shirts and apparel, hats, those type of things, even down to badges. So if you want to have a badge with their picture on it and stuff like that with your information, that way the client or the homeowner knows when they come up, hey, this is the licensed guy that's supposed to be here. Along with that, all the promo products and stuff. I just saw a thing on promo products in the house. 94% of those are in the kitchen. So that's going to be your business card magnets that are on the refrigerator door, or even a magnet with a calendar, but your information's on there too. Something that makes them want to keep it and put it up there. That we want to have those in the house, because they're going to call you first. You're going to be right there on the fridge. They're going to see you all the time. So
Totally. That's a great statistic, and something that I didn't think about with the kitchen products. And now that you say that, I remember years ago, and I'm pretty sure I still had it. I had a pizza cutter from a company that gave me a pizza cutter, one of those plastic ones. And I use it because it actually works better than the rolly kind.
all right.
And so, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense, especially with the refrigerator magnet. I have seen some with garage door companies that will leave something next to the garage door opener, or something like that. What are some of the tips that you give? It sounds like you guys are kind of a one-stop shop for all kinds of not only promotional products but brand products.
Right.
What are some of the tips to make your job easier, to get the product to them faster? Because I know working with you, I was able to get the logo, but I'm in marketing, right?
Right.
And so sometimes you talk to, and again, I love the trades. This is not any kind of knock on the trades, but sometimes you ask the owner of an AC repair company for a vector file, and they look at you like you're crazy. So what are some ways that you kind of help make their turnaround quicker to make your job easier? Some tips that you give them.
So as far as logos, if you don't have a vector file, I mean, they're the best. We can blow those up to whatever, and there's no degradation of the quality of the file. But if you have a high res version of it, we can take and recreate the vector for that, or it might not even need a vector. We might just be printing it. So it might just we need to just make sure it looks good when we go to print. But you can send those to us. We'll digitize it and get it all fixed up. But having those, just put a file on a computer, a folder on a computer, and just save your files. You're going to get them originally from when you had the design done. And then just remember, for most promo products, you're probably 7 days to 4 weeks. 7 to 10 days is on average, but some things are longer. And then as far as shirts, depending on the quantity, apparel and stuff like that, it's usually about a week. So if you need something for Friday, try and call it, give us a couple weeks heads notice. We've been able to hit some things, but it depends. Do we have a slow week? Can we do that for you?
Right.
Or is it, hey man, we are slammed. We'll do the best we can, but Friday's going to be a hard target.
Totally. Now, the reason why I was asking you about the promotional products is I have here in my hands for the video a screen cloth that I've had literally for about 8 to 10 years, and that got me thinking, like, why did I keep this? Why do I still have this? And I actually use it. I use it all the time for my gear, my phone, my eyeglasses, not yet anyway, sunglasses. And so what are some, and I know you kind of alluded to this earlier, some of the ones that people keep. What are some things that that you think that people hold on to for years and years and years that you would recommend?
Years and years is a hard guess. That's going to be those magnets that don't have a date on them.
Yeah.
Anything that's going to be dated is going to be old at a certain point. Pens are nice, but once they run out, I mean, they're cheap pens, so those are going to get tossed. So you want something somebody's going to put in a drawer or have out. Letter openers are always nice. Other than that, it's kind of specific. So we had a lady that does teaching classes for food, for catering and stuff like that. And then we just stumbled across it. They have mints. So it's just regular mints that she leaves behind with clients and stuff like that. But it has her logo and stuff on it. Now, is that kept for years and years? No. But it's a specific item to that industry, right? So sometimes it's just finding something like that'll work for somebody.
That's a nice touch, and it sounds like you do a good job of kind of customizing to the client that you're working with on what you think would work well for them. Anything that you would avoid in promotional products that people think is going to be a great idea, but you're like, let me kind of guide you in a different direction?
Well, I would think you would look at the cost of it. Is it something, because all of these things are throwaways when you think about it. Even if you're doing a trade show and you order 500 pens, you come home with 100 of them, 400 of them are gone, right? So what you're wanting is something to remind them at a later date. And then is it affordable, or is it, we do really nice pens. There's some Mont Blanc pens we can do that are logos and stuff. Do you want to order 500 of those and hand them out at a trade show? No.
Right.
Those are for special clients, and they're usually, maybe we'll make 5 or 10 of them at a time, just because of the expense of the pen. But then there's pens that are, cost you about 80 cents a piece. So.
No, I'm glad you mentioned the pens specifically, because this is something that I've noticed is when someone gives me a really nice pen, I almost feel, not only do I want to keep it because it writes well and it works well and it has a good weight to it, but it's a reflection of their business, really, to me. And I keep it because I'm not going to throw away a nice pen. Whereas if I get one of those plastic clicky pens that break all the time and don't write really well, it just feels like it diminishes their brand, and I have no problem throwing those away. Do you see that as far as people that are on the higher end of high touch service will go more of a higher class pen, or is it just depending on the business?
Yeah, well, I think it depends on the business. It's a good point to bring up. The nicer pens does first impression things. Trade shows, those things are just toss away. You're just trying to get somebody to come grab a pen so you can talk to them, right? So I think it depends on the clientele and then how much you're willing to spend. The nice pens, there's some nice pens, and they're maybe double the cost. So in 80 cents, they're $1.50 a piece, and then that's at quantity too. So you just got to look at price and what you're trying to get across. There's some really nice gifts, I would call them, more than promotional products that we can do.
Yes.
If you're trying to give something to a client as an appreciation, not as something to try and, hey, remember me in 6 months,
That's a great point as far as the difference between a gift and a giveaway kind of deal. So that's good. Working with you, I absolutely loved the fact that you guys did not have a minimum order for shirts. And I think that this is going to help a lot of my clientele as well, because most of my clients are doing $2 million in revenue or above. So they have team members, they have employees, and they're bringing on new team members and hiring. They're not just a one-stop shop. So sometimes if they bring in a new project manager, they just need one extra large t-shirt or one large polo shirt or a hat or whatnot. Kind of speak to the fact that yes, you can do large quantities, but you can also do the one-offs if you need to.
Right. So we invested late last year in a direct-to-garment machine. So basically, we're going to print straight onto the shirt. So if I'm doing 5, there's still some setup costs there that we like to spread out over, an order of 48 shirts. But if, like you said, hey, I just got one guy, we just need to get him, 4 new shirts and a hat. That's something we can knock out about 3 days. And then they've got something. You're not having to place a big order and be like, well, I hope we've got enough if we order 4 more people the rest of the year, right? So it just helps those. And then a lot of the people that it helps is a lot of our clienteles are, a guy that worked at an HVAC company for 20 years, going out on his own. He just needs a couple shirts to be nice and presentable, going to try and talk to a client. So it's nice for them. They're not a big investment in a whole bunch of shirts that they don't need.
Yeah.
So we thought that'd be a nice group, a nice little niche for some of our clients, and it's worked out really well, actually.
I love that. I love that you guys can do the work that you need to do, most of it, in-house right there, to be able to offer that service. And I also, going back to the original thing you mentioned, I love the badge feel, because I'm huge on brand and trust, especially in the construction industry. The more people trust you, the more they're going to refer you, use you again, all those kinds of things. So it sounds like you're doing a great job of not only branding them and being an order taker, but recommending things that are going to lead to that trust. What are some other things, as we wrap up, that you would like your home service potential contractor clients to know about you guys?
So we started as a print shop in '86. Printing's kind of gone away with iPads and emails and stuff, but we still do a lot of NCR contracts for roofers and stuff like that. If they've got iPads, they're signing on there and they got a digital version, but there's still a lot that's, haven't invested in all that technology. So we have that, and then, all the apparel and promo products is really nice things for the contractors. Roofers kind of ruined magnets for us, but, if you don't want something permanent and your vehicle will hold the magnet, you got to check them, because now they're all aluminum. Those are nice for something you can put on when you're pulling up to a client's house if you're just a small company still. So you don't have to go full on investment, which I'd still kind of say put something on the vehicle permanently. It gives a little more tendency that you're in this to do it, versus a magnet you're throwing on and off because you don't want to advertise while you're at dinner Saturday night or something. So.
Exactly. So if I am a roofing contractor, or obviously another home service contractor, and I would like to do business with you guys, how do they get a hold of you guys to place an order?
They can call us, or they can shoot us an email. I usually give out Eva's email because I'm off-site or I'm out doing sales or in the back and stuff, but info@ptgxtreme.com, and she's really good about contacting you back, getting the pertinent information and stuff that we need to get you a good solid quote. If you have other quotes, I don't really match, but if you got other quotes and they're a good price, I'm going to let you know it's a good price. If we got the best price, I hope you'd come to us, but we'll do that. And then you can call us 972-422-4092. Once again, talk to Eva and she'll get you going.
Excellent. I'll put all those details in the show notes, and I can tell you, as a customer myself, Eva does a great job. She took great care of me. Customer service is top notch, and so I'm willing to invest more with you guys, even if some other guys may be cheaper that you can find on the internet, because you guys just deliver a lot of value to me and my clients. So appreciate you coming on, and look forward to doing some more business with you.
All right, thanks for having me, Mario.